Hello everybody, how are you going? Welcome back to Bloons TD 6, where I want to see out of all of the community maps who has made the best world map. So then, starting out with this one, I'm liking what I am seeing. As all things considered, it is actually quite detailed, especially just down to the continental differences. Australia certainly also stands out to me. I mean, New Zealand is way too big, but at least they are actually on this map. And I guess I should also see, it is actually water. Sadly, though, we are missing the Pacific, but I think if I was just to put a nice big old buccaneer right down there, that should be pretty darn nice, and then go from there in terms of who else fits where. Is there things? Okay, so the cane toad sign, I can only imagine it is in the way, but also who else do we have? Plenty of things. The bats is a bit of a rogue shout, but hey, I guess it makes sense. I don't know what the car crash is about. I don't know what these big fires are about. I mean, maybe I do know. Is that meant to be Fukushima and that's meant to be Chernobyl? Is that what they're really talking about? That's ruthless, especially considering they are certainly not the only disasters in the world, but they are definitely very particularly placed. So I don't know what else there would be. I mean, otherwise we have tiny little houses, big rocks. I mean, Africa's looking all right. Coming over to North America though, and it's just pigeons and a bit of tarmac, is it? Butterflies? Sure. Nice, big, long 49th parallel border, but otherwise the pigeons, I don't really see the significance there. I mean, to be fair, the more that I look around, the more that I am just impressed by the detail that I'm seeing. I mean, it's not detailed in terms of every single perfect edge, but given the tools that the creators have got here, you've got to give them some credit, as there is no way I would ever be able to make such a thing. I have no idea why the track is kind of over anything, and I guess I should definitely just trying to help out this buccaneer, just so I don't die too early. We need the world to survive at all costs. And look, as much as that hasn't been the perfect absolute detail, you know, all of Indonesia and even India isn't really included on this map, and I mean, unless that's meant to be India, I would say that's more Vietnam, if anything. Either way, it's not a perfect map, and we may very well be able to do better, but as a starter, I'm liking what I'm seeing. Even just down to the little things like sharks patrolling the entire of the coastline of Australia. I mean, there is a camo, so let me just see what I can do about you. Maybe that's not going to do anything right now, but Echo Sense and Alluring Melody, why not? Oh, but I've just actually missed the perfect opportunity. I mean, I guess I haven't bought it yet, but Symphonic Resonance up in the Bermuda Triangle would be fantastic. I mean, I am also trying to save up for Monkey Pirate, so I don't just die at the last hurdle at round 40, but that would have been so good, just to be putting it all the way up in here to really be living up to the myths. And I mean, look, as much as they have put a boatload of effort into Australia, and I can respect that, at the same time, I do feel like they could have just put a little bit more effort into the rest of the world here, just putting in a big block over the Sahara of sand, as they've already got the outline of sand, so surely the rest of it would have been a little bit easier to do, especially a bit more tundra up in the north of both Canada and Russia. New Zealand's pretty cold as well. I mean, you've got the penguins down here, so surely it can't be too hard. But no, overall, this is going to be very easy with plenty of water on the field. I will get rid of that, but hey, I definitely do think that there is plenty of room, so to say, in this big wide world to be improving, so hopefully I can find them. Alright, well this one is in a very similar vein, but it just goes down the path of more detail than size, as we have lost all of Australia, China, half of Russia, all of those big players, and we just got some more detail, but in the ways that I was talking about, in terms of we do now have the Sahara and the Amazon, and so many other little bits that make a lot of sense. Even the UK is looking very green up there, and so I guess I could go Buccaneer again, but who else would make sense? I almost feel like a bit of a druid in why not straight into Spain, or if I can fit it, if it will go in this big green leafy pad up here. Nope, it will not. So unless it can go down here, I will go straight into Spain, and that will be fine. Oh, but even just the balloons showing me how it has the entire mountain range over in Chile. I mean, Madagascar is looking a little bit rocky. I don't believe it's that rocky. I think it's rocky, but not that rocky. Otherwise, we have, like I said, the Sahara, big Black Sea, I believe it should be. Unless I'm completely wrong, the Gulf over here, even just the spikiness of Italy they've managed to capture as well, that's pretty impressive, to be fair. That's what I felt like the last one was missing. And so overall, even though we have sacrificed Australia, China, India, even Greenland, for goodness sake, I'm surprised they didn't just sneak a little bit of a tip into there. At the same time, we have gained a lot of detail. I'm not sure about this water well. I don't know what it's particularly doing in the middle of Africa there. I'm sure it means something, but I don't know what it could be. And so I guess that's some light reading that I can take upon myself. Otherwise though, even though I did lose a couple of lives, I'm not too worried long term, as I should be able to get, yes, harder thunder just like that. Worldwide thunder, I would certainly not, well, actually lightning, worldwide lightning, I would not want any of that, and I only lost lives before because, well, I had the cash but I didn't spend it. And so now that, wow, whoa, South America, you just got zapped to oblivion, and I'm glad for it, so to say. Look at it, just follow. Wow, they kind of, I guess, is just close enough so it can reach the entire way across the entire South American continent. I want more of that more often, please. That lightning is just outrageous. The way it just uses the bridge almost just to cross down, but even the way that I guess it just rides the tropicalness of the Amazon rainforest, what's left of it, just all the way across the continent. I wish it was that effective in all maps. That's insane. Honestly, I was wondering, I don't know who I want to be getting next. I mean, I guess I could be getting... Maybe I'll just get Druid of the Storm. I mean, I do love Druid of the Jungle, but Druid of the Storm, if it's just going to be Gust of Winds, I feel like I haven't really checked it out. So maybe I'll do Druid of the Storm and then I can get a Druid of the Jungle if I'm really feeling like it. But Heart of Thunder, I reckon, will just carry me all the way. So in that regard, Druid of the Storm it will be. And then someone just to take out the big balloon at the end. Oh, and even the fact that the tornado rides the Greenland current all the way around from Europe to North America, whew, that would be a frosty, frosty tornado. I don't believe they have ever gone that high in the real world. I hope not, as that would just be an Arctic blizzard. I mean, I guess you do get snowstorms, but I don't believe that snowstorms are tornado, hurricane, tropical cyclone kind of fast. I mean, it's kind of in the name, tropical. I hope it's not going all the way up there. Otherwise, though, like I was saying, I would love to be putting another one down, and I think right on the base here, I mean, unless I just wanted to put one here just to really kind of exploit the Druid of the Storm, or not the Druid of the Storm, the Heart of Thunder, and then Druid of the Jungle together. Just like that should make my life a little bit easier, but I'll go strong, just because I can. Actually, looking around, there is no way that these guys have done it as well. There is no way that they'll put a little greeny, oozy pot, Simpsons uranium pot right there. That is brutal. That's crazy. I mean, I don't know what these leaves would be. I don't know if it's meant to be islands or if it's meant to be the boot. I don't know what the boat or the boy or the life boy or whatever you want to be calling it would be. I mean, that would be Germany? No. Well, it's a bit hard to tell exactly. It would either be Germany or France, and I don't know what the lights would meant to be. But at the same time, we're just trying to... Route 66 is in there. What are you? The White House? You're not very wide, but it's a big gated house. The only house in North America, so to say. My goodness, these guys, it's pretty detailed. Look, what is that meant to be? Is that meant to be something in particular that I don't know about? Maybe. But the fact that the pot is back, or the uranium, so to say, is back, that's ridiculous. I also kind of can't believe that I've got this much money going into round 40, and so I guess, okay, the trees are actually effective, but it's not going to be too effective in my regard, so I'll just go all the way up, all the way into strong, and then just get ready for round 40. It will be very, very easy, especially if that's all the way around to the top guy with his Druid of the Storm. Come on around. Wow, he didn't get anywhere near it. Not that I expected it to, but hey, Monkey Star, always going to be you. But like we said, we sacrifice size for a little bit of detail. Now I want it both, if I can. I don't know if it's even possible with a map editor, but maybe I can have the whole world, so to say. Well then, I've been scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and I believe I've found what I'm looking for. But before that, I just want to go over a couple of honorable mentions, so to say. And so this one being, once again, world map, having plenty of detail, but also a little bit squiggly. Like, I like the decorations, but I feel like the kind of continental drift that has occurred here lets them down a little bit, and Greenland's looking a little bit too green. No Antarctica. Similarly to the last one, there is then this one, which clearly has plenty going on for it in terms of a nice glowy track, but at the same time, the birds-shaped all of Eurasia doesn't seem to be really doing it for me. I feel like they could have had a little bit more Indonesia, China, India, anywhere of that kind of Southeast Asia is just non-existent because the Bloons path is so fat. Speaking of fat though, this one did make me laugh as it was titled The Earth, but then clearly, well, at least to my eye, only shows Texas. And I think that kind of sums up the entire kind of ideology, or at least international perspective of what that local perspective is like. Look, otherwise we do have some nice participation medals, so to say, with the Monkey World and Earth being very, very nice, stock standard, very, very simplistic ones. But like I said previously, I was looking to view the whole Earth, and so it came down to 3, so to say. But when I came here, as much as I was thinking world map, at the same time I did ask for the whole Earth. And so Earth and Moon, as much as there was two of them, this one is clearly the most detailed. And so what do we have once I actually get to see it in a little bit more glory? Not much to place down on. I can only, apparently sort of can survive in space, but not on the moon. Interesting, she is a non-gravity being, and neither on Earth, but like I was saying, look at all the detail. I mean, it's detailed to the point that where it's tiny. I feel like they certainly could have blown it up a little bit, get a little bit more texture out of the grass. But when I asked for the whole Earth, I got the whole Earth. So that's all I can really ask for. Let's just see, I guess, sorta down. I don't think there's... Oh, well then, at least Earth is a water world. And I started off with it, so I guess I'll play it again. Hopefully the balloons pass by the Buccaneer and don't just spin off into orbit. Yes, there we go. I was wondering if it was going to be using the Earth's gravitational pull to really just kind of swing itself around. And then I guess, judging by where the exit arrow was, it flings itself out and around to the moon as well. A double gravitational fling. Seriously trying to get some speed up there. It must be trying to travel... I mean, it's kind of an interstellar object already, but it's just trying to really travel out towards Jupiter or something, unless, or maybe even further, whatever it is, it's going for the distance shot. And these balloons, it's my task to bring them back down to Earth, literally, or not even let them land on Earth, hopefully. And look, as much as I did harp on the other maps for going, okay, where's the detail? Oh, you've nitpicked this little bit, and this moon is just kind of a concrete block or something at the same time. The little... I think it would be water effect, but in this case it's a star effect, certainly does it for me. I don't know how they've done the little actual big stars, but just the little pop in and out stars are certainly, it's a nice touch. And that's all you can really ask for, considering they've got all the continents that would be visible. I mean, you've got North America, South America, Africa in a bit of a funny shape, but I guess they did their best. Bit of Europe in there, or I guess that'd be Europe, and then I don't know what I'm seeing up there. Either way, they've done what they can do. They've included everyone. They've got the right amount of snow, or actually, I guess the snow's a little bit backwards. Maybe we're just looking at it upside down. There's no perspective in space. We just say it's the northern hemisphere, but it could be the southern. It could be the left. It could be the anything. We just don't know. We just assign things to make our feeble monkey brains comprehend it. So now I guess, actually, yes, the camo balloon will show us the entire path as it just slingshots around Earth, out to the moon, and then out into interstellar space, never to be seen again. And honestly, I am fine by that. I've got the lives to lose. However, I will have to be dealing with the camo sooner rather than later. And so how do I want to be dealing with that? Last time, I had sorta to deal with that, and I guess I could do it again, but I kind of, maybe I just go another druid. Or, instead of going a druid, I just go monkey. Here we go. Monkey Sense, Fireball, Dragon's Breath, done. All the way up to strong, because I can. Then I can get a druid as well, and it's game over for the balloons. No matter what they throw at me, no matter what intergalactic being decides to show up, I reckon these 3 fortifications would do the world pretty proud, considering, well, they're almost the size of the moon combined. I mean, I guess to be fair, I have not got Monkey Pirates just yet, and even though by round 40 I could most likely afford it, I just want to see how Earth's mighty defenders, so to say, will do against a much, much bigger foe. I expect them to be doing just fine, considering I've got interstellar tornadoes. I'm sure ball lightning as well. I could get, well, I won't be able to get Superstorm, but if eventually I would be able to, giant kind of iron giant book level summon phoenixes size things. Man, it would be crazy up in here, but Monkey Pirates will not be doing me too much job in space because I'm not about the pirate life. I think you can just stay on Earth. No need to be colonizing, as we just easily take this guy out. No need for anything crazy. Monkey Star was a wizard monkey, but hey, overall, like I said, I wanted to see all of Earth, and as much as I saw big maps, small maps, detailed maps, and then finally the pale blue dot that I was after, so to say, I reckon everyone, from runners up to everyone included, had their own spice on what the world should be like.